All right, Hillary getting heated with Fox News. Ed Henry over her email server as the Democratic frontrunner continues to claim she did nothing wrong. Watch this exchange.
That's all I can say.
You tried to wipe the whole server.
I'm not, I have no idea. That's why we turned it over.
You were in charge of it. You were the official in charge. Did you wipe the server?
What, like with a cloth or something?
I don't know.
Well,
you
no.
know how it works digitally. Did you try to wipe the whole server?
I don't know how it works digitally at all. I do not have any.
You didn't try. You did not try.
Ed, I know you want to make a point, and I can just repeat what I have said.
It's a simple.
In order to be as cooperative as possible, we have turned over the server. They can do whatever they want to with the server to figure out what's there, what's not there. That's for the people investigating it to try to figure out. But we turned over everything that was work related, every single thing. Personal stuff, we did not. I had no obligation to do so and did not.
All right.
Thank you all. Thank you all very much.
Is this an indication that this issue isn't going to go away for the remainder of your campaign?
Nobody talks to me about it other than you guys.
Hillary Clinton in the hot seat, everyone. Ed Henry questioning her there in Las Vegas, Nevada, less than 24 hours ago, and asking her about that server issue. She insisted that we have turned over everything we need to turn over, she said, to authorities. She made a little bit of a joke when he said, well, did you wipe the server at all? And she said, what do you mean, with a cloth? I want to bring back my political panel, Ford O'Connell and Joe Trippi. And Ford, how do you react to her handling of all of this? I mean, she had the Snapchat joke, forgive me, the other day, followed by this joke about wiping the server clean with a towel. Does she need to treat this with more gravitas, given the sensitivity of the situation?
Absolutely. She's killing herself. She's doing more damage to herself than the Republican Party could ever dream of. And frankly, if she doesn't win the presidency, she has no one else to blame other than herself. Her flippant answers honestly insult the intelligence of the American people and play into the narrative that she's not honest and trustworthy, which 57% of Americans view her currently right now. And frankly, it's dropping her favorables below 40. I don't know how she's going to be able to fight in the general election because she can't continue to stonewall for the next 400 days.
And I think a lot of Democrats are starting to realize that. Which is why you may start seeing very soon some more hats in the ring. Turning to the Republican side of the equation, and Donald Trump is going to be in New Hampshire tonight in Derry, New Hampshire at Pinkerton Academy for a town hall. You actually also have Jeb Bush there in New Hampshire also giving a town hall speech. When you look at this meteoric rise forward, to you, what does it tell you? What is it that he's tapping into?
Well, he's basically tapping into the anger of people that are angry at Washington and establishment politicians. But frankly, the fact that he's willing to buck the status quo and continue to fight, whether it's birthright citizenship or trade with China, that's really working out with the grassroots and blue-collar Americans across the country who are frankly
people
hacked
are angry.
off.
He talked last night with Bill O'Reilly about the need to take our country back. He talked about what he would do when it comes to immigration. O'Reilly challenged him. Watch this, guys.
The 14th Amendment says if you're born here, you're an American and you can't kick Americans out. And then if you wanted to deport the people already here, each and every one are entitled to due process. And it would take decades to do that and gazillions of dollars. And the courts would block you at every turn. You must know all that.
Bill, I think you're wrong about the 14th Amendment. And frankly, the whole thing with anchor babies and the concept of anchor babies, I don't think you're right about that. I think
can quote it. You want me to quote you the amendment? If you're born here, you're an American, period.
Does he have any legs to this argument here, Joe, that anchor babies are not real American citizens legally and politically?
Well, he can keep making that argument, and there's a lot of support for it in the Republican Party. But that, in the end, gets to the question about Hillary Clinton and the emails and everything.
Hold on, Joe.
Go ahead, Joe.
Joe, time out. I'm the one person on this panel who's a licensed lawyer. Let me just say one thing. It's not entirely clear that the 14th Amendment protects anchor babies. Most legal scholars do agree with that, but it is not entirely clear. And frankly, Richard Posner says
I don't care what the legal argument is. I don't care what the legal argument is.
The legal argument kind of matters.
No,
the legal argument doesn't matter, Joe.
We're talking about politics here. He's running for president of the United States. No one's going to go to court over this till he's president. In the meantime, he can make a case, and he is, that's working really well with Republican primary voters.
In other words, Joe Trippi, this is one that plays in Peoria.
Right, and it's but it's
Politically.
not right in his party, in the Republican Party. Outside the Republican Party, it's going to be a huge problem if he's the nominee, and that's what I was getting to. You've talked about Hillary Clinton going to have problems. She is. So will Donald Trump. Right now, with all their problems, all their strengths, she beats him. There are Republicans that do beat her in the recent polling,
Yeah,
but it's the politics
one of the points
that
he
matters,
also made,
not the
and Joe,
legality.
I see you shaking your head, but he made the point there with O'Reilly that he's energizing the base, and that's all he needs. He said, if I can get the base out there to vote, it doesn't necessarily matter if I can't get the independents or the people that are on the fence.
True, Trish,
if I
and
can
he's-
motivate people to get to the polls, that matters.
He's energizing the base, and because of Hillary's email scandals, he's gone from losing to her in a head-to-head matchup by 17 to now 5 in the latest Fox poll. And not only that, it may play in Peoria, but this legal argument does not necessarily defy gravity.
All right, Ford and Joe, thank you so much.